The Narwal Flow and the Roborock Saros 10R are both top-tier robot vacuums, packed with impressive specs and a ton of similar features. While they both ace the basics and can handle deep cleaning like pros, they go about it in different ways. They're both effective, but one slightly edges out over the other in terms of how well it performs and the overall bang for your buck. Let's break down both of these robot vacuums to see which one truly shines over the other. When we look at the design, the Narwal Flow has a more compact base where the robot sits fully inside. The Roborock, on the other hand, is extremely glossy, which means it attracts fingerprints like crazy, especially if you have like a toddler running around touching everything. But it does feature cable management on the backside, which I'm always happy to see. Aesthetically, both look great inside of a home, and you shouldn't have an issue with either matching your space or sticking out too much, especially given their compact sizes. Moving on to the robots themselves. The Narwal is slightly beefier, but that's for good reason, which we'll talk about in just a second. Thanks to the placement of its sensors and its cameras, nothing protrudes from the top side, allowing it to easily fit under most furniture and low-hanging cabinets. Its larger design means that it can house a bigger dustbin than the Roborock. Plus, it's equipped with 2 water tanks, one for clean water so it can clean its own mop while it's running, and then the second is to store dirty water. Now, on the other hand, the Roborock is much slimmer, and since it also doesn't have anything protruding from its top side, it can fit into even tighter spaces versus the Narwal Flow. What's really cool is despite their size differences, both robots still manage to pack a 6400 mAh battery that can be fully recharged in roughly 2.5 hours. Both vacuums come with impressive all-in-one designs and AI capabilities. The Narwal uses what's called AI adaptive mop washing, and it pairs with DirtSense technology, which analyzes how dirty the water is after a cleaning run and then washes the mop accordingly. Roborock features intelligent dirt detection, and if the dock sensors detect a high level of dirt during the mop washing cycle, the robot is automatically instructed to go back out and remop the area. Both can perform hot water mop washing at 80 degrees Celsius and both perform hot air drying, though the Narwal uses 40 degrees Celsius and the Roborock is slightly hotter at roughly 44 degrees Celsius. That said, I live in Florida where we have a ton of humidity all year long, and honestly, I can't really tell the difference in the hot air drying. When it comes to maintenance, both offer self-cleaning bases. The Roborock's base can perform hot water self-cleaning at 80 degrees Celsius, and the bottom tray can be detached for manual cleaning. This is pretty typical for all high-end robotic floor cleaners. The Narwal, on the other hand, offers full chain sterilization using 80-degree hot water to clean the internal pipes and water tanks, which is something that's unique and certainly appreciated since the pipes are something that never get cleaned. And finally, when it comes to cleaning solutions, both use detergent, but the Roborock has a convenient auto dispenser, while the Narwal, you need to manually add the detergent to the clean water tank. For dust disposal, both can perform auto dustbin emptying and they use 2.5 liter dust bags. Now let's talk about performance, beginning with mopping, since that tends to be the task that trips up most robotic floor cleaners. The Narwal Flow uses a track style mop pad, and fun fact, it happens to be one of only 2 that I've tested. Track mops have several benefits, including better scrubbing, no swirls left behind, and they're far less likely to scatter spills and stains. It applies 12 newtons of downward pressure to actively scrub the floor, in addition to covering a wider surface overall. It uses edge reach technology, which automatically extends the mop to clean right up to your walls, baseboards, and under counters within about 5 millimeters. A key feature is its automatic mop lifting, where it raises the mop by 12 millimeters when it detects carpet to keep it dry. You can also control the amount of water being used directly through the Narwal app for a deeper cleaning session. The Roborock features dual spinning mops that spin at 200 RPMs, and they also apply up to 12 newtons of downward pressure. However, spinning disc mops have several drawbacks, including leaving swirl marks behind, scattering loose liquids and debris, and in many cases, missing areas due to the weak point in the center where the pads meet. For edge cleaning, it has the Flexi Arm Edge Mopping, an extendable right side mop to clean up against walls and baseboards, similar to the Narwal, but since these are disc mops, I've noticed that it doesn't quite do as good of a job. However, where the disc mops shine are against smaller objects like table and chair legs. Roborock also gives you control of the water inside of the app, so you can adjust the flow accordingly to the mess that you have on your floor. For testing, I selected the mop-only mode and used both of their dedicated AI modes. This is called Freo mode inside the Narwal app and AI Smart Plan inside of the Roborock app. The spills consisted of common messes like barbecue sauce, some juice, and maple syrup. Now, from my test and experience, both robots performed great, but the Narwal was ultimately the clear winner. The Roborock was significantly faster, but that's because the Narwal's advanced AI features allowed it to recognize the stains and dirtiness of the floor, prompting it to return to the base to clean its mop several times, then ultimately going back out and cleaning those stains again. This ultimately reduces cross-contamination, and it resulted in a more thorough cleaning. Specifically, the Roborock left behind barbecue sauce and smeared the juice, causing a red hue on the tile, leaving several swirl marks. I also want to point out that the Narwal Flow did a much better job at separating liquids from solids and shutting off its vacuum when mopping. In comparison, the Roborock sucked up a good amount of liquid into the dustbin, which required a thorough cleaning afterwards because it just left me a sticky mess. Now, let's go ahead and talk about vacuuming performance next. The Narwal Flow has 22,000 Pascal of suction power, but due to the way it seals itself on the carpet, its suction punches way above its advertised rate. The primary technology it uses is called carpet focus technology, and here's how it works. First, the robot automatically detects when it moves onto a carpet or rug, then it forcefully lowers its brush cover to create a sealed, high-pressure airflow zone right against the carpet fibers. This sealed zone concentrates the vacuum's power, boosting the pickup rate by 2 times, and according to Narwal, the suction power by 182% to pull deeply embedded dirt, dust, and hair from within the carpet. This is all part of the dual flow tangle-free system, which includes a zero tangling floating roller brush. This main brush is tapered and connects on one side only, funneling hair directly into the dustbin and preventing it from wrapping around the roller. For edges, the Narwal uses edge reach technology with dual side brushes that can extend to sweep dirt from corners and along baseboards. It even has dynamic anti-tangle features where the side brushes can change shape and reverse direction to release any tangled hair or debris. Also, I just want to quickly reiterate, the Narwal is able to lift its chassis up to 12 millimeters when on carpet to prevent it from getting caught and also to cross over thresholds. The Roborock offers 18,500 Pascal of suction. It uses a feature called Carpet Boost, which can automatically increase the suction to the maximum level when it detects carpet to pull embedded dust and hair from the fibers. It features a dual anti-tangle system that combines 2 specialized brushes. The first is the Duo Divide main brush, which is a system of 2 parallel bristle rollers with spiral blades that actively guide hair towards the central suction inlet, preventing tangling. The second is the Flexi Arm Arc side brush. It's the same extendable arm used for mopping. It reaches into corners and along baseboards, and its unique arc shape uses force to push hair away, preventing tangling in the center of the brush. The Roborock also features smart lifting technology, which automatically lifts the main brush when it's in mop-only mode to prevent it from getting wet. Now, just like the Narwal Flow, it can also lift its chassis, but only up to 10 millimeters on mid to high pile carpets, which while 2 millimeters less than the Narwal is still very effective. For the vacuum test, I ran a dirt test and a pet hair test on carpet since it's tougher to get material out of fibers versus just the hard floor. Just like with the mop test, the Narwal was significantly slower than the Roborock, but again, for good reason. It was able to detect dirt and hair that was still present, and then it went back for additional passes until everything was completely cleaned up. Let's talk about obstacle avoidance and figure out which one's better in that area. The Narwal Flow uses dual 136-degree RGB cameras to see its surroundings. It has an onboard AI chip with 10 TOPS of computing power, which is important because it processes data locally, not in the cloud, offering better privacy. This system is incredibly robust, allowing it to recognize and navigate around over 200 types of objects with incredible precision. The Roborock uses its own form of LiDAR for navigation and reactive AI for obstacle avoidance, which includes an RGB camera and a 3D structured light sensor. It can intelligently detect and avoid 108 different types of objects, but that's nearly half of what the Narwal can handle. For the obstacle avoidance test, I used several objects with different heights and colors. The Narwal Flow and the Roborock Saros 10R are very similar when it comes to obstacle avoidance and navigation, and they're definitely among the top performers that I've tested. However, if I had to give an edge, it would go to the Narwal. Not only did it bump into less objects, but it did so with less force. But nonetheless, both will be great for everyday use. It's also worth mentioning that both vacuums can react to things in real time, so if something were to fall or someone were to step in front of the robot, it will automatically detect the object, go around it, and then come back and clean that spot later. Now that pretty much wraps up the testing side of things. Now let's talk about each robot's smart features. Both vacuums allow you to take advantage of their onboard cameras and control the robot remotely, but the Narwal offers a better quality camera with a more reliable connection thanks to its 5 GHz Wi-Fi support. Now when it comes to smart home support, it has Google Home support, Amazon's platform, Siri shortcuts, and Matter. Lastly, let's talk about the value of these two flagship robotic vacuums, because a high price tag only justifies itself if the performance and overall package can deliver. First, looking at what's in the box, the Narwal Flow clearly gives you more for your money right from the start. Along with the main unit and base, Narwal includes an extra dust bag, cleaning solution, a filter replacement, and even a replacement dustbin tank. The Roborock, while comprehensive, only provides extra dust bags. Now when it comes to pricing, the Narwal Flow comes in at $1,299, while the Roborock Saros 10R is priced higher at $1,599. Now when you put all of this together, including Narwal's results in both the mopping and vacuuming performance tests, the fact that you get more accessories right out of the box, and the clear advantage of it being $300 cheaper than the Roborock, the conclusion is pretty clear. The Narwal Flow is the best overall deal, and you're gonna get more bang for your buck here. So there you go. That was my comparison of the Roborock Saros 10R versus the Narwal Flow. If you're interested in picking up either one of these robot vacuums, you can find links in the description as well as the pinned comment. I mean, honestly, you really can't go wrong with either one, but hopefully this video helped you if you were trying to decide between these two excellent robot vacuums. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell icon so you can be alerted when new videos drop. And other than that, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.